So, I think fish keeping and aquarium keeping in general is like the ultimate hobby. Some other hobbies have touted how great they are because they have all these different uh, features that they can call upon, different avenues and different things that they do. But if you think about it, fish keeping beats them all out. It's the most ultimate hobby of all. Now I've got a little list of different things of why. And first off, fish keeping brings families together. A lot of people will have memories of having a fish tank when they were young, or they got their fish tank because their kids liked going to the aquarium. And that's one reason that I got back into keeping fish myself, was my little kids loved just staring into the fish tanks. And it seems like no matter who you are, if you don't like taking care of fish, or you don't even have a fish tank, most everyone likes looking at fish swimming by, and the decor, and just enjoy a fish tank. Keeping fish gives you the opportunity to be artistic, and our community has a ton of artistic people, not only in the way you decorate the tank for aquascaping, and if you're using fake plants or real plants or rocks or stones or driftwood or twigs, whatever, gives you the opportunity to be artistic there. The fish themselves, the colors they go together, the sizes, the way that they swim, if they're a bottom dweller, a mid-water, top water, that gives you an opportunity to be artistic as well. The tank shape, the size, the placement in your house, how the stand looks, if it has a canopy, the lighting, it's a piece of living art in your house. And with that, our hobby, gives us the opportunity to cross over into home decor, and that we can use our fish tank to decorate our house. It not only is a piece of artwork, it's not only our hobby that we tinker with here and there, it's also a piece of furniture. It's right up there with the fireplace, the entertainment centers, the sofas. People look at fish tanks as a symbol. They look at them at, how magnificent they are, and make a home look. Keeping an aquarium has the opportunity to bring into the hobby and teach skills to others that a lot of other hobbies wouldn't. I mean, if you think about it, keeping fish, it teaches you animal husbandry. Other hobbies might teach you that if you're into agriculture and that type of stuff, or keeping other pets. So you learn how to take care of animals, and life cycles and food and cleaning and that type of stuff. But you also learn carpentry. A lot of us build stands and build canopies and different things out of wood, and for our fish tanks, and that teaches us carpentry skills. And on that thought, there's a lot of us that do the concrete blocks, so that might be, depending on how you do it, some masonry work. With the overflows and drains and auto top offs and all that kind of stuff, we learn plumbing. We learn putting pipes together and how water flow works and stuff like that. We get to learn about pumps and filters and bulkheads and a bunch of different aspects of plumbing. Also electrical. We've got all this electric stuff in water or close to water. How many plugs can you fit in that outlet for your heater, your power head, your filter, your lights, your air pumps? We learn electrical in this hobby also. The aquarium hobby also touches into a multitude of sciences. We learn habitats and ecology, that we can look at where a fish comes from, what it is in nature, what it eats in nature, everything about its natural environment. We learn the nitrogen cycle. That's one of the first things that we end up learning coming into the hobby, is the cycle, as we call it, the nitrogen cycle of growing the beneficial bacteria. We also deal with genetics when we're doing breeding, the guppy strain breeding and crossing this with this, and the albinos and recessives and all this stuff. We do a lot in genetics, or have the opportunity to. Depending on which tank mates we choose, and other options that we put together, we'll learn the food chain and dietary needs of our fish. We also do a lot in chemistry and the chemicals that they put in our tap water, how to take them out, how to neutralize them, dealing with medication for fish illnesses. There's a lot of science in the aquarium hobby. In the aquarium hobby, we also have the opportunity to deal with conservation, preservation, and educating others and ourselves about species going extinct, habitat loss, and trying to preserve what is left out there. And through programs such as the CARES program and Project Piaba and different programs, we have the opportunity to help save a species of fish or a region or a habitat, so that future generations will have the ability to keep these same fish, to have these fish living in their natural habitats and still existing down the road. The aquarium hobby isn't just a hobby for rich people. You can see these thousands of gallon tanks on these giant, wonderfully hand-carved stands and everything, with these thousands and thousands of dollars worth of lights and filtration and fish and everything. But that doesn't have to be how it is. There's many aquarium keepers out there that can get tanks for free. They can get fish given to them, that can practically have the whole aquarium set up, fish and everything, for little to no money. The aquarium keeping community in general is a very generous community, and we want others to learn our hobby, and we don't care, for the most part, to help other people out that are interested in our hobby. So a lot of times, you can find someone willing to give someone wanting to start off a fish or a plant or some decorations or some food or maybe a whole tank. And you can get into this hobby for as little or as much money as you want to put in. something else about our hobby. There's many hobbies out there that are all about the hunt. There's the ones that go out treasure hunting for actual gold treasures. There's the ones that go out digging through people's junk piles looking for that rare antique that's been buried in the garage forever. There's the people that go out on the wilderness hunts looking for a hidden treasure that someone else has hidden. There's all kinds of hobbies out there that are about the hunt, the collectors, and the aquarium hobby is that also. We are a group of collectors. We collect fish. Some of us collect tanks, collect decorations, and there's nothing like the hunt of looking for that specific species, that specific color variation or fin variety of the fish. And when you find that, it's, if nothing else, an internal celebration. And along with the hunt, there's the challenge of, you can always set challenges for yourself and for your hobby. Of, I want to breed this fish. I want to create this new strain. I want to be able to keep this type of fish. I want to be able to do this or do that. There's endless possibilities in this hobby. You can challenge yourself to have a bigger aquarium, or keep a smaller aquarium, or make a new strain or a new crossbreed of hybrid, or anything that your mind can think of. And I don't know of maybe a couple, but not hardly any other hobbies that can say they've had studies to show that the hobby is a stress reliever, that it's got medical benefits. And they put fish tanks in doctors' offices, in hospitals, in nursing homes, places like that, because they are stress relievers, because they do bring our blood pressures down, because they relax us, make us just feel better. And what better hobby to have than when you get off work, you can come in and just relax with your hobby, release the stress, calm down. There's many other aspects of the hobby that make fish keeping the most ultimate hobby. Like with other hobbies, there's conventions and sales and get-togethers and great communities out there, social networks of people that have wealths of knowledge, and they allow us to get together and socialize and get to know others. The aquarium hobby also has the ability to have less constraints on us, of that if you live in the northern hemisphere, you can have a fish tank. If you live in the southern hemisphere, you can have a fish tank. If you live on the equator, you can have a fish tank. If you live where it's really cold or really hot, if you live in a country that speaks English, or if you live in a country that speaks Spanish, or practically anywhere in the world, you can have a fish tank. There are types of fish that you can keep without any electric. There are types of fish that you can keep about in any condition. You can deal with aquariums if it's raining outside, if it's snowing outside, if it's sunny outside, if it's windy outside. It doesn't matter. Like some of the outdoor activities, you know, we aren't inhibited by those with our aquariums, unless of course we're tubbing outside or we have aquariums outside or something. No matter if it's daylight or dark, we can still do our hobby. So what reasons that I haven't mentioned can you come up with of why aquarium keeping and fish keeping is the most ultimate hobby that we're far and above all the other hobbies? If you think of something that I've left off, leave it in the comments below. If you aren't subscribed, hit the subscription button and the notification bell. That little bell tells you when I've uploaded something. And tell me what you thought of this video. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and we'll see you next time.